Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast. As always, shout out to Mason Douglas on that song and Alex Rabb on the entire intro. Very good. I did not have anything to do with that. Joined by Jason Shearer. I am merely Mike Luke. I see Nick Howard in the comments. Hope everything goes all right with your mom, my guy. Thinking about you. All right, Shearer. Arizona basketball. We are now 4-0 in conference play. 4-0. What were your initial takeaways from that game against UCF?
I'm always about the whole a win is a win, but it's one of those wins where you didn't feel great about it afterwards. Arizona should have really killed UCF. It looked like that was going to happen, and then it got sloppy in the second half. But you take every Big 12 win you could get. But again, there's still concerns coming from that game.
Yes, there are concerns coming from that game. Let's talk about a few of them. First, all right, let's talk about offensive or defensive rebounding. It is annoying. There are way too many guys on this team, especially Trey Townsend, that just stand there. Do not stand there. And that we're going to talk about Baylor a little bit later on, obviously. That worries me. Stop doing that.
Arizona's not a very good defensive rebounding team right now. They're 106 in the nation and percentage wise, and it's just not good enough. And it's a weird situation. UCF is not a good rebounding team. Arizona should have absolutely killed UCF in the glass, and for UCF to finish with 20 offensive rebounds is insane. I mean, against a better team, you lose the game because of that one stat.
I've got an amazing, because you for some reason don't believe that it's a lack of an effort thing for Trey Townsend. I've got an amazing stat for you on Trey Townsend that somebody showed me on Twitter, and I don't think this has ever been done at the University of Arizona. Honestly, and if somebody out there thinks, all right, for a player that has played 24 minutes per game, we are 15 games into the season. Okay. Yeah. So, halfway into the season, playing more than half the game. He has on the season 2 steals and 2 blocks. That is amazing.
That is.
Joking aside, that is amazing levels of not trying.
Okay, so how do you relate it? Because last year, I'm looking at these stats, Mike, right? Last year, he had 12 blocks for Oakland, right? The year before, he had 32 blocks, right? Last year for Oakland, Mike, he had 48 steals.
He's not playing hard. He doesn't play hard. It's that simple.
Do you think he just got paid at Arizona and said, I'm out?
Yeah, and honestly, and I hate saying this because I love the Tommy gun. I hope he's here for as long as he wants to. I don't think the Tommy gun forces him to. I really don't think so. I think it's that simple. That, Shearer, you got it. Joking aside, you got to admit that is an amazingly anemic stat.
2 blocks. What was it? 2 blocks and 2 steals?
2 steals on the season.
I'm looking at the
I think Max Wipe-King has, or no, who is
it? That's what I'm looking at.
I think Max Wipe-King has the same.
You take a look. Jaden Bradley has 1 block. Other than him, and he's a point guard. I don't care. Townsend's the lowest.
Does Jaden Bradley have more than 2 steals on the season?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that to kill Jaden Bradley. Steal wise, Trey Townsend has 2.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Has 3.
I mean, that really is.
The 2 steals is wild. Isn't that able to get a steal by accident? I mean, just to put that into perspective, Mike, Liam Lloyd and Grant Whiteman have 2 steals.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's just very. When I didn't realize that until, if anything encapsulates Trey Townsend's season, that's it. Because I had somebody message me that, and I looked, and I'm like, there is no way that's true. And yeah, it is true. That also does not. I don't necessarily care so much about the 6'6" power forward thing. If he tried hard, I just don't think he tries hard. That's what it comes down to for me. He doesn't try hard.
I mean, there's undersized power forward. I mean, Arizona's playing an undersized power forward.
Yeah, but he tries hard.
Monster.
Yeah, but he tries hard.
Ormier's only 6'7", 240.
Yeah, and guess what? He tries hard. It's easy. Okay. Now let's talk about some other guys that but again, either way, that stat to me, that might be hey, you should ask Tommy Lloyd about that. Say, Coach, have you ever coached this before?
I will. I'll say, why do you think that is? You got
2 point. You should. When is his presser this month or this week?
It'll be Thursday or Friday.
Just say, Coach, on the season, Trey Townsend has 2 steals.
I'm gonna laugh when he gets like 3 steals tomorrow. So
I know, right. And then you can't bring it up anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk about some good things. Some good things here to take away from the game. Sheer ADO, another monster game out of ADO.
Another monster game.
Another monster game? What, 15-4-4?
Oh, he was great. I was laughing at the another part.
Yeah, no, his previous game, though, was also very good.
He played well. I'll give him credit. Absolutely. He played very well. I'm starting,
Are you starting to come around a little bit?
I'm starting to come around a little bit in the sense that he's just not going to be a good defender. It's just not going to happen for him, right? So if he becomes average, I could live with it. I thought he was really bad defensively in that second half, but at the same time, he scored. And so again, it's easier for me to live with. Like I said, I've said this before. If he's scoring 15 points, I can live with him not defending all that great. It's when he has like the 6-point game and he's getting killed on defense. But he was good. He was fine. I have no complaints about how he played against UCF.
Did you notice what the Tommy gun said too? He said you're going to start seeing him be able to initiate a lot more. That was a nice little, he had a bunch of nice little plays when he drove around the basket, threw it back the other way for the alley-oop.
I did laugh though when he goes like, yeah, we put ADO in the starting lineup and it's not like he's been great, but we've won.
Yeah, no, I mean, ADO, you need ADO out there. ADO is one of those guys that you can't properly quantify his impact. You just have to watch him play, and when he's good, he is good. I mean,
it was fine. I have no complaints with how he played last game.
Okay, now, now Kobe L. Thiel. But our perimeter defense isn't great anyways. Everyone lets guys go right by him. It just looks worse because of his complexion. Sherry's calling you out.
No, Arizona's defense has been fine for the most part. Like statistically, the defense isn't bad at all.
We were supposed to be big, but let's see. ADO had confidence in his play. Yes, we just need that to continue. Now let's talk about Henri. Henri changed the season for Arizona. There's just no way around that. He did. He changed the season. He is he's the reason that Arizona, I mean, again, other guys too, but he's the reason that Arizona is on this winning streak and now has a little bit of a margin for error. Henri is dunking the ball. Henri is blocking shots. We're going to need a lot of Henri against Baylor.
Yeah, he's one of those keys again because Baylor's big. They've got a very good 4-man, a very good 5-man. They're going to need Henri to stay in the game, not get into foul trouble, and be effective because this is, in my opinion, it's by far the toughest matchup that he's had all year. Baylor's good.
Yeah, Baylor, and you know what's weird? Baylor should be better. I mean, they just should. They should be better.
But they are better. Look at their losses. Like, and I get what you're saying. But
yeah, but dude, some of those losses are by 800 points.
They got killed by Gonzaga, right?
Okay.
Killed. They got killed by Tennessee. They lost to Connecticut by 4. They got killed by Iowa State at Iowa State by 19. Right? So a lot of teams would get killed by
but any good team they've played, they've essentially got annihilated.
I mean, they beat Arkansas.
Arkansas sucks.
They beat St. John's.
I'll give St. John's. St. John's, by the way, St. John's 14-2 on the season, I believe.
Yeah, St. John's is playing well.
St. John's is solid.
Yeah, they're good. Baylor's, here's the thing that always, I always not wonder, but you always look about, right? Baylor is super talented.
Yeah.
And when a team is super talented, that means that at any given moment, they're capable of playing super talented.
Oh, I know.
So.
Yeah, no, I get it. They're also, but again, they just feels like they were a preseason top 10 team. What are they, 25?
Oh, they're not ranked. I don't think
exactly.
They're 11-4.
Yeah, still no super snaps. I know. We've done everything we can. They will be here eventually, and we will have a holiday party for them for the arrival of the super snap. All right, now Arkansas stinks. Calipari stinks. That was a good call by me. I said they would get much better by getting rid of him and getting Mark Pope in. If I'm a Kentucky fan, I'm very excited that he's gone.
Yeah, he's he's one of those guys that he hasn't adapted. Like his offense is the same offense that he's run forever, which is not cool but
it's just not that good.
No.
Yeah. Yes. Now, Kobe L. Thiel said this is an interesting point. He said they just kind of feel like a disappointing Edgecombe. I think that kind of what comes back to Edgecombe has been just not as good as I think people thought. Now watch, he's going to go for 38 points this next game, but he's averaging 12 points on 40% shooting. I think people, or at least I did, I thought he was going to be one of the better players in college basketball.
Aren't they also hurt? Like they're pretty banged up. Like Celestine hasn't been playing.
Take as much time as you need.
Langston Love is out. I mean, they're a 7-man team right now.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But either way, we will get more into this though. Let's talk about some other things as well. Let's talk about the Tommy gun lighting into Caleb Love. I like that. I like it. I like Caleb Love. People know that. But at the same time, Caleb Love, I do like the people on Twitter saying that Caleb Love had an awful game. He definitely had some awful sequences, but he didn't have an awful game. I think Tommy was right. You've given Caleb Love a lot of freedom, and he's got to be smarter. Like I said, there's going to be games. Here's where I'm at with Caleb Love. There's going to be games where he's going to go 3 of 16. There just is. That's just going to be the way it is. I can't have you do dumb things, though, outside of that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was a weird game because, the numbers were great. You're like, oh, he had 16, 8, and 6. But then it was that second half where he just reverts back, right? Yeah. Like he's playing within the team. He's taking good shots. He's going in for 2. He's defending. You're like, hell yeah. And then he just goes right back to the bad habits. And that's what Tommy said. And it wasn't just Caleb Love that did it. It was a whole team that did in the second half. It's Tommy had a great quote, we learned our lesson. It looked like we learned from it. It looked like we had understood it. And then we just fall back into our bad habits. And that's what Love did. And I'm pretty sure that Tommy presser was planned. If he didn't win by 15, he was going to do that because he felt that it was necessary based on how they were practicing in the upcoming schedule. But I still loved it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Now, the thing about it, though, too, is you still got to follow through on it, though. It can't be the thing. He coached a Boswell. Oh, by the way, did you see that guy that tweeted at me about Boswell? That was maybe the funniest tweet that I've seen all year. This putz. This guy from Illinois tweets at me, and he says, hey, Mike Luke, make sure you watch the Illinois game. Boswell's burning in sage before the game. You should watch it. It's going to be poetry in motion. Yeah, I tuned in, and it was a typical game. He was 2 of 8 from the field. He's shooting now 35% from the field and 27% from 3.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get. Illinois fans are weird, and I'm sure
why do they keep
people are going to watch this? Whatever. Look, Kylan Boswell so far this season is not good. I don't understand why Illinois fans, and props to them because they're better than Arizona fans in the sense that Arizona fans didn't convince themselves that Kylan Boswell was good. Illinois fans have convinced themselves that Kylan Boswell is some really good player. This dude is shooting 43% from 2 and 26% from 3.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't. He's not good. I don't know what else to say. And you know what else? You know what somebody does too. Whenever somebody isn't good at basketball, they always say, "Oh, he does a lot of other things." Like Lloyd Olson, when he was kind of in his last stages and not all there, would always say, "Oh, Daniel Dillon, you got to play Daniel Dillon because he just does a lot of stuff that doesn't show up in the box score." No. If you got a guard that shoots like that, and on top of that, he turns the ball over. I like too about how they're like, "Oh, he's playing out of position. He had to play point guard for us." Well, isn't that what he's supposed to be?
Yeah, I just don't get it. When you look at him, it's what's good? Because he had a good game against the worst team in the country, and he's shooting 30% from the field.
Yes, exactly. Now it's funny. Hunsey64 says that guy said Boswell is the shooting guard, not the point. Well, you clearly want a shooting guard that does not shoot well. I mean, that's always what you're looking for. Also, everybody hit the like button. Okay. All right. Now back to Arizona though. Arizona needs to be Roy Samuel. 2 first names, then son. My 8-month-old knows Boswell isn't great. Correct. Okay, now 2 days until ad reads. We are very, very excited about those. All right, now let's talk a little bit then about where Arizona is then in the grand scheme of things. I want to get greedy here. Look at these, because here's the thing. You look at their next 4 games. You got Baylor, you got Tech, you've got Oklahoma State, and you got Colorado. Here's where I'm at with this, Skier. I need Arizona to go 3-1 in those games. That's the goal.
Yeah,
3-1.
I'm just gonna say right now, I would be, and this isn't even a knock against Arizona. I would be extremely surprised if they won their next 2 games.
Yeah, I know. It feels like, again, we're back in the A, but it just,
Baylor's good, and at Texas Tech, I hope people realize Arizona's going to be like a 6-point underdog in that
Texas Tech literally took Iowa State into overtime and was actually controlling.
They should have won that game. And at Texas Tech is a really difficult to play, TV, all that. Another reason why this is a big week, Mike, is Iowa State plays Kansas on Wednesday.
Yep.
So
do you think students are already camping out for that, 96 hours in advance?
Yeah. So I mean, it's like this is a big week in the Big 12. If Arizona could go 3-1 in their next four, I think that's huge. I mean,
Yeah,
I really do because
because
I
then
think
you're 7-1, you're
yeah,
ranked. You start to get. I mean, again, you don't. Arizona. I got to be careful here. Arizona doesn't have a big margin for error because, again, you basically whizzed away the entire out of conference. But the I just got Hector just sent me an $8 super snap.
well, you're
Oh,
three
man.
and one, and then you're going into Iowa State, Mike. So
Uh,
it's like
right.
you got because you got Baylor, Texas Tech, and
Yeah.
Iowa State in the next
You
5.
got to stack the wins right now.
Like,
Right.
like I would
Right.
let's extend it to 5 games. I would say 3-2 in the next 5, and
Yes.
Arizona's got a real chance to win the conference.
Yes. If you go 3-2 in the next 5,
Yeah.
because again, there's going to be certain games that are just going to be very difficult. The 2 games this year that I just don't really give Arizona a great chance in are the Iowa State and at Houston. Those are the 2 ones that I'm just like, I think
They don't
Arizona.
go at Houston.
They don't go at Houston.
No, they have only they. That's why I'm saying if they go 3-2 in their next 5, we have to have a very real discussion about them winning the Big 12.
Yes, we will, but we will hold off one game at a time, though. One game at a time, my friend. So, again, take care of business on that, and then I think that you feel in a better spot. Now, we're going to get into a lot of football talk because we are a football school, and there's been a lot of news. One thing, though, that I don't want to ever see again, you be very, very clear about this, and I respect everything he brings to the team.
Oh, this is like one of those like, hey, he's a nice guy, but
No, Tommy got way too
I
cute by putting Conrad in. He comes in for a minute, and it's like a 6-point. It was like a 6-point swing.
You're overthinking it. Everyone is overthinking this situation, and I'm not like protecting Conrad or all that. And our boy Defoe, I think it was or Clip said it too. These weird lineups that he goes with, are the pre 4-minute timeout lineup. In other words, it's only supposed to be for 30 seconds. Now, I admit Conrad didn't do well, but they lost that game or they lost that lead, Mike. Actually, when they put it, and it was the opposite. They lost that lead when they put in Carter and Henri, believe it or not.
Well, I know, but
Conrad came in with like 4 minutes to go, or 4:15 or 4:20, and then he's only supposed to play for 30 seconds.
And he immediately fouled, and he immediately turned the ball over.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's you got to give Bradley. You want Bradley to play 40 now?
No, I guess what my issue is that it's not even so much about Conrad. It's that I wish that Tommy had gotten a real backup point guard this year. We know that Conrad is not a real backup point guard, and I think that's my concern here is that if Bradley were to miss a few games, Conrad is a non-starter playing 20. That's my problem is that he didn't go out and get a serviceable, suitable backup point guard.
I've agreed with this. Yeah, we said this in the offseason that the biggest miss from Tommy in the offseason was not going and landing another guard. I could have lived with another combo guard. I just think their guard depth isn't good because there's still going to be a day as good as Jaden Bradley has been this year. There's going to be a game where he gets into some sort of foul trouble.
I know, and that's where I just wish.
Right. And then what? Who's your point guard? I mean, what the last game against UCF? It was KJ.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though is that you don't have the backup point guard. I just wish they had that. Okay, all right. Now, let's see. We are a football school, so I'll tell you what. Let's talk a little football. Then we're gonna get back to basketball. All right, I'm gonna get Twin Mama. Hey, you can't live in the past, Mike. I do not live in the past. Everybody knows this. I do not stay in the past. I move forward. Jason Shear is the one that is always stuck in the past. Okay, Patrick Stark, the great Patrick Stark. Conrad is just too undersized. Yeah, I mean, just kind of is what it is. Okay, now let's talk a little bit of Arizona football here. Very interesting news here. Sheer, big dub for me, but we are going to talk about some other things first because I don't like to talk about the past. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, first of all, on Matt Adkins basically being pushed to the curve?
You know, it's interesting because someone very, very, very close to the program, you can probably figure out who, Mike, told me that, when offensive coaching changes were happening, that ideally Matt Adkins would stay with the program in some capacity. He did not. And so that one actually caught me off guard. I thought he would just simply be a tight end coach.
A Ben One White aficionado type.
Yeah. Uh, I just asked, and like they're replacing Adkins with a tight end coach.
Is it Ben One White?
It won't be. Should I put his name in right now?
Yeah.
Am I on the right track with Ben One White? That'd be so funny.
No, Ben One White has been interviewed for is stepping up for the
Ben One White an interview. But yeah, Adkins surprises me. Adkins it really does, because he's close to Bryant, and I know where you're gonna go next with it.
Oh, I know exactly,
agree.
and I'm right.
And you are right. But I at least credit Bryant with making this move, right?
Here's what happened. Here's what happens, and I feel very good about this. Joe, listen. Oglesby is untouchable on the staff. There's two guys that are untouchable on this staff. Under no circumstances will they ever be let go. One of them I totally get, and that is Alonzo Carter. Alonzo Carter's beast. Totally like Alonzo Carter. When it comes to Oglesby, he is non-negotiable for Brent Brennan. I've been told that by people that would know that he will not go anywhere. So what happened is you got rid of Adkins and you got rid of Sumalo. That's kind of the smoke screen, and we'll see if it works out with Oglesby to bring Oglesby back, because there's really no reason why Oglesby, who did not do a good job this past year and has never coached the spread, should be back. Sheeran, you've agreed with this.
Yeah, I've said in a way, I said that you could bring him back as like an analyst, or if you brought in another offensive line coach. Right, like Stanford has two offensive line coaches, and I actually really like one of them. I think Arizona should go and hire him. He has a background with Seth Dagey, Vianney. I don't know his last name, but if he was the guy, like, I'd be ecstatic. So maybe there's still part of it that's up in the air. But yes, I've said this before, and I'm not going to back off it. It is a very strange move to keep Oglesby as the main offensive line coach in a system that he frankly doesn't know. I think the spread, when you look at the spread, air raid, whatever you want to call it, the O-line is extremely important to how this thing operates. And I would have assumed that Seth Dagey would have a huge role in it. And when you look at the offensive linemen being offered, Mike, Dagey is offering just as many as Oglesby.
Right.
Like, go ahead and look on his Twitter, everybody, and see who Dagey's following. They're all quarterbacks and offensive linemen.
Yeah. All right. So again, I think it's a very odd move, but again, like I said, Oglesby I think is untouchable. That's just don't blame me, or don't blame don't hate the player, hate the game, or hate the game. Whatever it is.
Don't play hate everybody.
Yeah. But so that's kind of the way it is with that. Now, as far as where we are at now with this offense, Joe Sumalo being out is good news. You bring in Joe Saliva, or we always called him Joe Saliva growing up.
It's like Joe Saliva.
Yeah. My mom and I always called him Joe Saliva growing up. Let's see here. But with Joe Salavea, that's just an upgrade. Now, again, is he Bill Belichick or Tom Landry when it comes to scheming up stuff? No. But at the same time, though, he's also he's just an upgrade. Sumalo was not good. He was not liked by any of the players, and he was not liked by the coaches either. Other than that, he was great.
Look, if you want to look, I don't think Salavea is going to come in here. All of a sudden, Arizona's going to have the best defensive line in the country. But I also know that at least he knows what he's doing, and he's not an idiot. And I'm not calling Sumalo an idiot.
Oh, that's exactly what you just did.
But what I'm saying is, like,
what was his quote at the presser? Just get it.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do? Like, are you worried about, like, over pursuing the quarterback? And he basically was like, oh, I don't care about that. My strategy is to just go get the quarterback. Like, Joe's not going to be like that. The cool thing also about Joe is, and I don't even know if he's going to land these guys, but if you didn't notice it, yesterday he went and he offered like multiple 4-star guys. Like,
yeah, we won't get him, but at least we're trying.
Right. He's going to try to bring in talent. He already got a commitment. Like, Leroy Paulo was due in large part to him being hired because that one was up in the air. Joe just gets it. Like, his intensity gets it. He talked about discipline and technique. He's a great interview. Like, he just gets it. He wants to be here. They paid him good money, really good money for Arizona. Right. So, it's that's a very large upgrade.
And you could say, well, kind of got let go of Miami or Oregon or whatever the case may be. Here's where I'm at with all of this. Joe Sumalo would never be the D-line coach at Oregon or Miami.
Yeah, I always laugh about it. It's like, yeah, I don't want Nick Saban. He was let go at Michigan State or whatever. It's like, no. I mean, like, it's just like, if the defensive line coach at Notre Dame comes to Arizona, there's a big drop off between those schools. Like, Joe Salavea is more than fine. There are questions about him at Miami. I get it. But if you go to their message board, their fans are like, you know what? Great fit for him. Better recruiting territory for him. Awesome.
Yeah. Now, we do agree that Joe Samala will probably not be getting a better job.
How about no, I'm curious if he's done.
I would certainly assume so. Now, Casey Kennedy says, excited to see what Noah does with this new wide receiver room. Now, Skier is not David Rosen, the great David Rosen. Skier has not apologized for ADO yet. This is going to be a long, drawn out process. I can already tell this.
Well, to be fair, Mike, it took Henri a bit too, and Henry's been much better than ADO. I would say if ADO could put together a few like consecutive games where he's scored 12 to 15 points.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'll say sorry.
Okay. All right. There will be a my bad movement. All right. 10-4. He's girthy. Okay. The apology will be coming. We will see.
I hope so.
Now, yes. Because if here's the thing. But one thing about it, though, we need to be very, very clear about. We do not apologize if we think somebody's good and they turn out to not be good. I've had people asking me if I'll apologize to Trey Townsend for thinking he was good. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, what are we doing here? All right. So, anyways, back to Arizona football. The wide receiver position has been brought up a number of times. I like the wide receiver. Now, listen, there's no T-Mac, but you know what it does feel like, Skier? It feels like instead of having like T-Mac and then a bunch of number 6s outside of the great Jeremiah Patterson, you do have a I apologize to Boswell. I was never in on Boswell. It does appear, though, that you got a lot of really good number 2s and number 3s. That, to me, is good. I give this coaching staff a lot of credit for that.
Yeah. I mean, when you take a look at the room, just to start high school, Isaiah Mizell, I think is very capable of playing as a freshman.
Very fast.
Very fast. Javen Watley, very fast. Good player, put up good numbers at Chattanooga. Cameron Barmore is a tight end / wide receiver.
Yeah, but that guy played at Sabino last year. I'm a little worried about him.
That's the dude that your boy said is an NFL tight end.
Who's my dude?
You're the guy you talked to told you that this dude was an NFL tight end.
Yeah, I don't know that I believe that or not.
I'm just saying. Trey Spivey, talented, not a lot of production, but at least he's talented. Chris Hudson, I think, is going to be a stud in this offense. Same with Weissong. So, and then you have Chris Hunter. So you've rebuilt the room. Michael Jackson, the third, they will still take if he wants to come to Arizona. They land him, and all of a sudden, like, you've got depth, and the room is good.
Yeah. So again, but I think here's where I'm at. Like I said, I'm more than okay with the skill position players. The offensive line is the part that worries me. But I think the guards, bringing in the kid from Pueblo and the Hawaii guy, I think they're okay. The Hawaii 5-0 guy.
The kid from Pueblo. I'm going to interrupt you here.
Yeah.
Up in the air.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and not because it's not in there. It's just I'll just leave it up in the air.
Grades.
There's situations that make him up in the air.
Yeah, that's what that means. I have no clue on that, but that's generally what that means.
We'll know in a few weeks. We'll have a better idea.
All right. Well, either way. But the tackles very much worry me. I like Rhino if he stays healthy. I'm okay with Rhino. Ty Buchanan, Tristan, Matt Bounds or whatever, but there's no center as well. That worries me. There's no center.
Yeah, there's no center. They got to land one. They landed Isaac Perez from Portland State. I think he'll be the center in the spring. I don't think he'll be the center.
Is he okay, G?
He's not bad. He started, he's not awful. I don't think he's starter quality. I think they'll get a starter coming out of the spring. You take a look at the other linemen. I love the kid from Hawaii, Kennedy Decambra. I think he starts right away. He's a lock to start. Tristan Bounds, I think, is going to wind up being good. Jordan Brown, I think, is depth. Buchanan is decent. They need more. They still need, I would say, 2 to 3 more offensive linemen.
All right, the D-line, not good enough at this point. I think
I think Salavea knows it, and I don't mind a few of the guys that they like. I think Palu is pretty good inside. I like Palu quite a bit, and honestly, it comes down to like if Joe likes Palu, I like Palu type of deal. Riley Wilson's a linebacker, but he'll play on the line.
I like him. He's good.
Yeah, he'll play on the defensive line as well, similar to like Chase Kennedy will do it. You just don't know about a guy like Deshaun McKnight or Chancellor Owens.
I have no clue on the Northwestern State folks.
Right, and same with Deshaun McKnight. Like, he put up good numbers at UT Martin, but you just don't know. You just don't know until they see the field.
What city in Tennessee is UT Martin? Is that actually in Martin, Tennessee? Is that the name of this?
Yeah.
You're cheating. You're looking it up.
Yeah, it's in Martin, Tennessee. Damn right I'm looking up. It's UT Martin.
Have you been to UT Martin before? That sprawling campus?
That sounds like a law firm.
UT Martin? Oh, it does. Yeah, yeah. Here, the law firm of Skier and Luke is taking off against UT Martin. That would be very, very good. Malachi Bailey is supposed to be the truth. Is he the truth, or is he a false?
So he hasn't signed yet. That's the only reason I haven't mentioned him. There's a guy, Mike, who does NFL video tape, whatever. Right?
Is it that Tim Daniel guy?
No. I don't know who that is. Tim Daniel.
He's not AI, by the way. I don't believe that he's AI, by the way.
He's not AI. He's not AI. And which is remarkable.
Should we tell people about that story real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna find this tweet real quick though. So the guy's name is Brent Coleman, right? He's got 160,000 followers. He does a podcast, film room, whatever. So on January 10th, he tweets, went down a rabbit hole trying to speed run through edge rushers for All-Star Week prep and came across Malachi Bailey, 6'2", 260 with juice. I don't know if he's declaring for the NFL this year, but I can tell you he's better than half of the 20 guys I've already scouted. Arizona thinks he's an absolute steal. Like, Arizona thinks he's an NFL defensive end.
Is this like Tobe Awaka being a first-round pick?
No, because don't be Awaka being a first-round pick.
I'm just saying that will always be funny.
I believe and Malachi Bailey, like, when you look at his numbers, Mike, I think he had 10 sacks last year. He's not bad. He's not bad.
Well, like the Chancellor Evans guy, he worries me a little bit though, because like he's from he's from Northwestern State and he had 4 sacks last year. Like, and it was like it was like the worst defense in like the world.
Blake Gotcher too. Like, they were the worst defense in the country.
You know what we're gonna do?
They let up 90 points in a game.
We're gonna let
25 polls dropping right now, Mike.
Oh, Arizona better be
prediction. You think Arizona ranked or not?
No, I don't.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Come on. All right. Oh, by the way, we have Bruce coming on Thursday, everybody. Mark your calendars. 10:30.
Arizona is not even close to being ranked. Baylor's 25.
I knew Baylor was 25. I said Baylor was 25.
Arizona only got 26 votes. West Virginia got more votes than Arizona. West Virginia got 35 more votes than Arizona.
All right. Well, you know what? We just got to show. We're growers, not showers, not growers around here. I don't know what that term is, but all right. We didn't want to be ranked anyways. All right. Now, let's see here. Bruce Pascoe, though, is coming on Thursday. That is going to be very, very good. You know what's funny? Let me ask you this, Skier. If Arizona was to, how do I put this? All right. If Arizona was to,
oh, this is exciting.
Yeah, it is. This is riveting. If Arizona was to go into the NCAA tournament right now, with all the metrics on our side, what would they be?
According to the bracket matrix,
yeah,
which you didn't know existed. Do you still know?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Arizona right now, Mike, would be ranked 8th. They'd be an 8 seed.
All right. I don't agree with that.
Pretty close to a 7.
All right. Here's the thing, though. We just got to keep taking care of business.
And I'll say a lot of these aren't updated, actually. They were updated on the 10th. So I actually think let's just move Arizona up to a 7 seed.
Yeah, we'll move Arizona up to a 7. Here, let me ask you this. If Arizona goes 15-5 in Big 12 play, what is Arizona? What are they, a 4 or 5 seed?
Yeah.
Got to get a couple of nice wins in there, but yes. Also, I told Shearer for the longest time Cincinnati sucks. Cincinnati sucks. I told you this.
Here's what we need. I look at big picture, man.
No. Because here's the thing. You always looked into the past. I looked at the future.
Here's what I need. I need Arizona to win a little bit. I need Illinois to lose a little bit. And I need that Illinois 4-5 game. It is a possibility in Seattle. Give it to me.
You know what? Oh, in Seattle. Oh, that is the thing that Shearer and I want more than anything.
Oh, you have no idea. Mike, I looked at hotels last night, Mike.
Oh my gosh. So here's the deal. Arizona, assuming we get into the NCAA tournament, there's a very real chance they are in Seattle. We will take our show on the road to SRS, baby.
Mike and I will do a
SRS.
live show in the middle of downtown Seattle.
Exactly. Now, is that that chop thing or whatever? Is that still there?
No. I'm a Seattle expert. I've been to Seattle many times. I will guide you around. So where they would be playing if it's in Seattle is right by the Space Needle. We would have so much content.
Is it? I would assume that's a smelly area.
Oh yeah. Oh,
now where was Chop or Chap or whatever it was called?
That's more downtown.
All right, we're not going to venture into that area, are we? That seems like a scary area.
I mean, it's good content.
Yeah, no, it is. No, we need to have an AZ-12 gas mask that's like when we step off the plane.
Would you wear your T-shirt?
Yo, absolutely.
Dude,
absolutely.
I would wear my shirt. We would go on the plane with the shirt.
No, absolutely. And we would go out in the community.
Yeah, people have no idea. You'd probably get arrested or killed.
I would wear that shirt actually to the I would wear that shirt to the game as well.
We would get arrested or killed. It'd be great.
Yes. All right, now, David Rosen, we're working on merch, but first we want to get the YouTube thing locked and loaded, and we got ads. Ads start Wednesday. I am excited about the ads. I am excited. I'm already figuring out how I can put my own little personal touch on them.
Me, you.
Yes. Okay. Let's see here. Michael Coronado can confirm. I've always liked the last name Coronado. I think it's a cool name. Can confirm the odor when I went to the Arizona-Washington game in 2020. Dude, the odor is a thing. Even our guy Tony Cimino said that there is an odd smell there.
Dude, what if we did a show like right outside the football facility?
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. And Jed comes out
just
there.
Just crapped on Jed for like an hour.
And Jed, when Jed left, if you remember, Jed took like half the clips from this show, that jerk, and he put him in there.
You one-on-one with Kylan Boswell because you get access. One's with Illinois. Yeah. There's so many things that we need. Oh. We need to figure out, like, we need either in the same, assuming Arizona makes the tournament, we need New Mexico or Illinois.
By the way,
in the same, like you and Philly B in the same room together.
Dude, let me ask you this. Are you prepared to take the L on Philly B?
No, absolutely not.
Philly B's playing pretty good ball. Philly B had 17-10 the other night, and he had 13-10 previous game?
Yeah, I don't care. Philly is playing well though. Absolutely.
We are happy about Philly. Okay, it smells like sea salt, fish, and sadness. Yummy. Wow. I mean, who doesn't want to smell like that? Okay. Now, what are you gonna say, Shira? I could see.
I was just looking because, like, I'm already I'm way ahead of everyone because I start planning for the NCAA tournament like 2 months in advance, and I'll book hotels and then cancel it. Because the media hotel, what they do for people that don't know is they give you a media hotel. And Michael attests to this. It's like $400 a night.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like they put you at like the nicest hotel, which is nice and all, but it's literally like too nice. It's like it's like no.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Not doing it. Not doing it. All I need is something with a refrigerator in it and a microwave.
So
that is all.
The first round sites, right, would be okay. You give me yes or no. Denver, Colorado.
What do you mean?
Would you want to go to Denver, Colorado?
Yeah, sure.
Providence, Rhode Island.
No.
Lexington, Kentucky.
No.
Wichita.
No.
Cleveland.
No.
Milwaukee.
No.
Raleigh.
I like North Carolina.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hear what's the best rap group from Cleveland? You should know this, even if you don't know any songs.
Beastie Boys.
Oh no.
I have no idea. Who?
Bone Thugs and Harmony. I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening to help my homies clean up some no longer breathing.
By the way, the Beastie Boys are from New York.
I didn't think so. Yeah. All right. Now, I do like Raleigh though. I've been to Raleigh, but Denver also. We need to. All right, let's talk to Deion Sanders for a second here. The dream is alive. Dallas Cowboys will be looking for a new coach.
And Jerry Jones is dumb enough to do this. See, here's the thing that we ran into with the Raiders is Tom Brady was never going to hire Deion.
No, because Tom Brady is a professional. That
Right.
that really must bother Dion too when you think about it. That Dion has all of his people leak that he wants the Raiders job, and then Tom Brady says, "Nice try," and he has
Yeah.
him leak back that I have no interest in you. That's
Tom Brady's like,
awesome.
yeah, we got to shut this down real
Right
quick.
now. Yes, but Michael Irvin and all those guys, I imagine, are going to put in the full play for Deion Sanders. Would that be? And I predicted this 2 years ago. I don't like going into the past, as we all know, but in this one, I will. Deion Sanders to Dallas. I should, and plus, dude, we are going to troll so many people with that. We are. Oh,
The problem
they better
they'll have
hope
is
that doesn't happen.
How do they get rid of Dak?
Yeah, that's the part. Yeah, send Dak to Pittsburgh or something.
Yeah.
That's another one too. Dak sucks. And why do they keep trying? He just does. He's not good. And they're like, pay him like that. And they're like, well, you can't let go of Dak. Watch me. I'll let go of Dak. He's not good. Shadur to Dallas, Dion to Dallas, and who would Colorado hire? Is Brent Brennan the new Colorado coach?
You said it. I mean, no, I don't know who they would hire. I would just hire the DC.
Who is the DC? Is it Warren
Livingston?
Yeah. All right. Well, I would try to get. I'd take Dak, but end me now if Dion goes.
They hire Warren. They're going to hire Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp. They're like, yeah, we're going stir. We're going total. Was it Warren Sapp that was narrating the two coaches fighting each other for Colorado? That was an awesome.
You never heard anything about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes. Now, Cleveland. Oh, Dennis Walsh knows Cleveland is the city where I come from. So run. You should really listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's seriously one of the best rap
Bone
groups
Thugs
ever.
and Harmony.
Can you name me one Bone Thugs and Harmony song outside of Crossroads?
It's the first of the month.
It's the first of the month. My homie, we having a wonderful day. All right, just keep going with that. I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah,
B-Enemy will get the Colorado job now. No, I don't think B-Enemy is going to get any jobs. Babers to Colorado. Can we get Babers to Colorado?
I could get Babers nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that ship has sailed. It's the thuggish, ruggish Bone. Okay. All right. Now, anyways, back to Deion Sanders for a second. Mo Murda, come again, Mo Murda. All right, there's all my Bone Thugs. No more. Stop trying to bait me, you people in the chat. Deion Sanders, though, I'm asking you right now, and then we will move on to real stuff.
He's back at Colorado next year. I can't.
Right.
I won't change my mind.
All right. I will be stunned if he is back at Colorado. What happens to the Colorado fans if he leaves? The fans, they'll go. Yeah,
they're
done. Yes, done. They are all gone. We need them out of here anyways. Besides, Arizona's getting ready to take over the Big 12. Okay. Back to some Arizona basketball, though. Let's talk a little bit about Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant, to me, is a fascinating one in all of this because I do believe Carter should play about 22, 23 minutes per game. But there are going to be some matchups coming up here that are going to be very difficult for Carter. This one right now is going to be a difficult matchup for Carter. And that's because Carter is, like we already talked about, he's a young fawn in the snowy fields.
So Carter struggled against UCF, which we kind of knew was coming because Keyshawn Hall is just bigger and stronger than him, right? Like, there's going to be matchups. Right, and he's great. There's going to be matchups. Like, I love Carter. You love Carter. There isn't a world.
We all love Carter.
Where Carter can guard Norchad Omier at the 4. It's not happening. Now, if they put in Jason Asamada as the backup, Carter can go right in that game. He could do that. Asamada's 6'8", like 200. He could do that. Omier scares the crap out of me.
Yeah, because he's good. You know what's weird about Omier? Has there ever been a guy in college basketball that has played in major conferences that puts up the numbers he did that nobody had any clue who he was until this offseason?
Do you know that Ken Palm has him 9th as the player of the year? Like, his numbers are insane.
But he's done it for like 3 straight seasons. Look at his numbers at Miami.
He was like at Miami. That's why Baylor paid him like $1 million supposedly.
He was like 17 and 11.
His numbers are down this year.
I know. Hey, how does Baylor get all that money? Is that Branch Davidian money? How do they get all that money?
Yeah, oil, and Jesus. I guess.
I don't know. The Branch.
But their other big man's good too.
The guy that just had 19 rebounds.
Josh Ajuwana.
Yes, no, just call him. We're just going to call him Big Josh. That Koresh cash.
He averages 8 and 7. He shoots 77% from the field.
Hey,
now,
you want to know something?
Look, ASU sucks, Mike. So you can't take the 17 rebounds, with a grain of salt. Because the game before that, he had 10 and 7, but he's good for 8 and 8. I'm gonna make him even with Awaka, by the way.
Are you gonna make him even with Awaka?
Yeah,
hey,
really
we need to talk about
really score.
We need to talk about the Twins here for a second because I'm starting to change my opinion a little bit on the Twins. But first, also, I got another amazing stat for you here. Bone Thugs and Harmony, just with all the people in the comments talking about it. Did you know that they are the only group to ever rap with Eazy-E, Pac, and Biggie? That's a pretty cool thing to have on your gravestone. On the first of the month.
Did one of them die?
What's that? No, he almost died, though. Lazy Bone. He was in the hospital or something.
He's still alive?
Yeah, I think he because LeBron went there and touched his forehead, and you guess he was okay. So anyway,
he got better. You can't diss LeBron anymore, dude.
What's that?
You can't diss LeBron anymore.
What after he saved a rapper's life?
No, his son's he backs the A.
No, I don't. I'm not dissing LeBron. I like LeBron. I think LeBron gets kind of a bum rap. The only thing that I don't like about LeBron is when he's pretending to read all these books that he's not reading. Those are silly. Like when he's walking into games and he always has this freshly minted book and he's pretending that he's I just got done reading this. And there's clearly not been one page that's been utilized. I know that you have not done this. You have not read those, LeBron. Nice try. Mike Luke knows from afar. Okay. Tobe Awaka. Here's where I'm at with Tobe Awaka. Tobe Awaka, and again, I don't
say it because I tried to rub it in the other day, and you were like, "No, you're wrong. I'm not wrong." Say it.
What?
Tobe.
No, Snoop never did a song with Biggie though. Back the day, right? Well, Tobe.
Dude, Tobe's better. It's not even close, dude.
No, but you're also a prisoner of the moment. There's also been games where didn't Townsend have 19 points against Wisconsin or something?
Yeah, I'm not a prisoner of the moment because
you are a prisoner of the moment.
Is so much better than Townsend defensively.
He tried. Yeah, that's why. But here's where I'm going to go with that. He tries hard.
He tries rebounding. And effort. Yeah,
he tried. That to me is the thing is that he tries hard. Townsend is rapidly becoming maybe Trey L. Yes, I should probably have a least favorite player on the team, but watching Townsend just stand there is very, very frustrating for me. And then the worst thing that happens is if he makes a three, then he shoots another one immediately. Then it's no. Now, one guy did make a good point. He's actually not terrible if he's facing the basket from the elbow. He's got a little bit of skill there, but overall, though, it's just not good enough, man. Just not good enough. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, you're right. Trey Townsend, 2 blocks for Trey Townsend this year. Awaka has 6.
How many steals does Awaka have?
Steals, Awaka 5.
All right. Well,
you want to know who leads? Who do you think leads the team in blocks?
It's going to be somebody we don't think.
Well, it's Henri, but then who do you think second?
Jaden Bradley.
No.
Who is it?
Close. KJ.
Caleb. KJ? How many does KJ have?
11. Henri has 12 blocks in 120 less minutes than everyone else. Who leads the team in steals? Jaden.
Oh, well, Jaden, yeah. Jaden, duh.
Yeah.
Jaden had a game. Didn't Jaden have a stretch where he had 5 steals in 3 straight games or something like that? That's another one, too, with Jaden. How many does ADO have? ADO had a steal not last game, but the game before, and then he tried to initiate the fast break. Impressive stuff.
ADO, Mike, has the least amount of rebounds on the team of anyone that plays. Krivas has more rebounds than ADO.
Does Krivas have more rebounds than Trey Townsend?
No.
Hey, ADO has at least
4th leading rebounder on the team.
ADO has at least 3 blocks this season. Take that. Isn't that awesome? He's got how many steals does ADO have?
ADO has 9 steals and 3
blocks. Dude, what a dub for that. Dude, 9 steals. That's 8 more than you thought he had.
Free throw attempts, ADO 33.
How
many is Townsend? 36.
Okay.
Krivas had 30. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
What do you want?
How
What
many?
more do you want? What more do you want?
Yeah, I don't really need more of this, to be honest with you. All right, but either way, we all get the point, right? ADO is solid, man. It's becoming more and more evident.
It's
Sheer
the
just
thuggish, ruggish bone.
It's all right now. Well, Arizona. We're asked about Arizona women's basketball. What's the deal with Arizona women's basketball?
Oh,
I have not
I
been
am
following.
glad you asked. I went to the game, Mike. Have we
Oh,
been
you
on the
did
show?
go to
Have
the
I been on
game.
the show since I said that?
Oh no.
So this is gonna say I tried to be nice when I said I went to Iowa State and I wanted to see this girl, Audie Crooks, in the nicest way possible. I've never seen anything like this girl, Mike.
Who is she?
Asks.
Is she a player?
She's a player in Iowa State. She's a very large girl. Like that's just the only way to describe it. To the point where she can run up and down the court. I've never seen this before. For 3 minutes max, and then she'll point to the coach and ask to come out.
Is she? Wow.
Yeah, and like her numbers are insane this year because she's a lot of girth.
Right.
A lot of girth. She's averaging 23 and 8. But Arizona like ate her up. The problem was their guard just destroyed Arizona.
Really?
And now the bigger problem is, Mike, is that the women go on the road to Kansas State.
Is Kansas State good?
11th in the country. Right? They're on the road at Kansas. The Big 12 for girls is awesome too. They're in trouble. They're not going to make the tournament. They have no chance to make the tournament. But they're in trouble.
We also know the next Arizona women's basketball coach.
We would assume it's the UNLV coach.
But she's good, right?
UNLV women's basketball this year.
Yeah, are they good? I have not followed UNLV
I don't know
women's basketball
this year. I know she's a good. They're 13-4. She's good, and doesn't she have like a history? Lindsay LaRoque. She's good. She's 35 years old. She's 100. Her record is 102-22. Is that good?
All right, hold on. Back to the array. I got to not so fast, Mike. Biggie worked with Snoop on an unreleased doggy style rebound. Blah 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 blah. All right, here. Don't believe anything you hear about Snoop though, or from Snoop about that whole time period though, because Snoop Dogg is a liar. He's always talking about. He's like, I didn't like the East Coast West Coast stuff. I didn't like Pac when he had hit him up. All of this. Meanwhile, he's going to the Source Awards and he's calling everybody out, and he even put a diss out about Biggie, and he where he called him a well, again, you can look it up and find yourself, that he said he never was made and then it was released. Never believe Snoop about any of that stuff. He's full of silliness and lies.
Real quick with Adia, and then we're done with women's basketball, Mike.
Yeah, no more.
People keep asking me how you can fire blah blah blah. She's 1 year left in her deal. This is next year's her last year. You got to figure it out. You either hire or extend.
Yeah, because here's the thing, but also this thing, and again, I could be totally wrong here. I do not follow the program very close, but hasn't this thing kind of run its course?
Yes.
Like, I mean,
yeah.
You know, like it's just run its course. Like, and people are like, well, she got you to the championship game. I give her a lot of credit for that. But at the same time, now Arizona's basically a borderline tournament team every single year now. It just feels to me like that.
I just want to make a women's basketball hot board. I'm just putting it out there.
Yes, exactly. Now, all right. Let's have a little bit of a MNBA talk real quick. Now, the other thing that was very interesting though is this Illinois guy kept coming at me about. He's like, we have Ayo Ducimio in the NBA. Or
Ayo Dusudamo.
Yeah, whatever his name is. And I said, yeah, cool, dude. We have Lowry Markin and Aaron Gordon, Ben Mathurin, and DeAndre Ayton. And he goes, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was like, take that. All right. Take. Oh, that's what I want to say. I talked about this a little bit on the post game, and you haven't been on there.
I'll be on Saturday.
You are going to be on Saturday. That's very true. This is very true. Caleb Love. We need to talk about this for a second. All the people out there that were like, I want Josan Saint on and Jamari Phillips instead, this and that. No, you don't. Those guys all have potential. Cool. Caleb Love is better right now. Now, again, I get Caleb Love's going to have some game in March where he's not going to be good. I get it. But people are making Saint on out like he's the best shooting guard in the country. And Jamari, with all due respect, is averaging 1 point per game.
I mean, look, Jamari is averaging
and I like Jamari more than you, but I'm just saying that they ain't Caleb Love. They not like us.
Jamari, I'm going to end this conversation real quick. 5.8 minutes a game. He's averaging 1.7 points and shooting 28%. So we're done. Let's just move on from Jamari Phillips. Okay?
Yes. St. On is the comparison.
But in the last 4 games, he's been awful. Not good. Not good.
Right.
So
I don't know why. I know that Caleb loves a lightning rod, but if you're going to compare him to somebody, you need to compare and say, "Oh, I wish I had this guy." I just don't know that St. On is the guy. That's kind of where I'm at.
I'm cool with Caleb Love. I know he's a lightning rod. That's the best way to put it. And people have mixed opinions, and they don't like when he goes 4 of 17. But I get it. But I'll take him because he'll have that game where we're talking about his bad game being 16, 8, and 6.
Yes. Okay. Ben Macias was off the grid for a few weeks. What's the story behind the AZ12 name? It's just an homage to our Big 12, our Big 12 family, our Big 12 friends who we're going to start talking about more. TLN says, yes, this is the difference. Somebody like a Jeremiah Fears is a difference maker.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's somebody where you're like, but St. On's going to come in here. Then his agent is going to be or whoever that guy is. I don't even know if he's an agent or not. He'll probably text you after the show complaining that I was talking about him. But it just is what it is. I will take Caleb Love, and I will ride with Caleb Love. Okay, now, sure. We start ads on Wednesday. We are very excited about this. We will not see you again until Wednesday because there is a home game. But
so I don't have the show tomorrow. Got it.
Right, no show tomorrow. But also, though, we also have Bruce Pascoe coming in on Thursday. Here's the deal. You can send your questions to us for Bruce. We know that there's going to be a lot of questions for Bruce. Now, the question I think that we have is, will Bruce be able to connect on time for the show?
Yeah. I'll help him.
Will he come from that dungeon, though?
He's got the dungeon basement. It's the best setup ever.
Dude, and it's the most Bruce thing ever. Yes, it's it's good stuff. All right. On that note, though, Sheer, where can they find you doing all your stuff?
Wow. Oh, Jacob Franklin in the building.
Oh, Jacob Franklin messaged me earlier. Hey, when are we getting Jacob Franklin on? Jacob Franklin. Hey, to be very clear about something, there are some people from over on the other side that I still very, very much like. Jacob Franklin is one of them. When can we get Jacob Franklin on the show? Jacob Franklin, answer right now. We like Jacob Franklin a great deal. Hey, I just snorted. That's how excited I got. Hey, you want to hear something with Sheer? So it's funny. So I had somebody message me asking why Sheer unfollowed them, and Sheer said, I unfollowed everybody from over there except Jacob Franklin. That's how much we like.
True. I still follow Jacob Franklin.
That's how much we like Jacob Franklin on this show. Jacob Franklin is off.
Jacob Franklin.
We respect you, Jacob Franklin. Okay.
Wildcat40.com, Wildcat Scoop podcast with Shelby.
Yes, I like. Hey, to be clear though, I like Toe Tree. I like Eric. I like the guys doing the Wildcats thing. People.
Yeah, I just don't have any reason to follow them.
People above them, no thanks. But either way, on that note though, Jacob Franklin. Let's see here. We like Jacob Franklin though. So on that note though, Sheer, you will be back with us on Wednesday as advertisements start. Lots of food. All right. On that note, though, for Mr. Jason Sheer, I am merely Mike Luke. The great Jacob Franklin. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, the great Jacob Franklin. Very much appreciated. And Patrick Stark, P. Stark. Everybody else in there, you guys are fantastic. We will be back with you tomorrow. TTFN, ta-ta for now. You've been listening to the AZ12 podcast.